This is Larry Under Pressure. We're glad you're here. In this video, Larry will be preparing a delicious side dish of crispy air fryer honey lime Brussels sprouts. So let's get started.
Hello y'all, in this video we're fixing air fryer Brussels sprouts with honey lime glaze. It's quick to fix, very simple, and very delicious. So let's get started. First of all, we're using about a pound of Brussels sprouts. We're going to cut off the bottom of them, and then we're going to cut them all in half, unless they're really small, and then we're not going to cut them in half. And then the loose leaves that come off of it, or the loose pieces, are fine. We don't really need all that. So we're going to set those aside. I'm going to do a couple of them here to show you how I'm doing them. And then I'm going to do the rest of them off camera. And I'll come back because once I've shown you, it doesn't take a genius to figure out how to do it from there. So there's two of them. I'm going to finish these up and come back and we'll go to the next thing we're going to do. I'm back with the sprouts, and what I've done is I've taken the washed Brussels sprouts and I've cut the stems off the end of them and cut them all in half, all of the larger ones. Some of the small ones like this, I'm just putting in whole. There's no need to cut those in half. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil, and I'm just going to spray it on there rather than pour it on there, and we'll mix them up. That's about a tablespoon. And then we're going to put about a half teaspoon of red pepper flakes on there. To jazz them up a little bit. And then I'm going to stir them up. We're going to mix them up. They're already got pretty much oil on all of them. So those are ready. Next, we're going to put them in the air fryer. And then we'll spread them out in there. So they're all in a single layer, and that way they'll brown. And we're going to turn on the air fryer, and we're going to set it to 350 degrees for 20 minutes. So let's turn it on. Let's go to air fry. Temp 350 for 20 minutes and start. And we'll let it run for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to open it up and check them and stir them about. These have been in for 10 minutes now, so let's give them a check. Yeah, they're browning nicely. They're looking very good. Let's turn them over a little bit. You know, these are like cabbage. In fact, they taste like cabbage to me, but they're maybe a little better. It's a good thing they don't taste like they smell when they're cooking, or we'd never eat them. Little side note there. Okay, those are flipped around and shaken up a little bit. We'll put them on for the next 10 minutes, and then they should be done. We've got just a little less than a minute left on these, so let's check them and see how they look before we turn it off. I think they look perfect. You want them brown on the outside. It caramelizes the outside leaves and it makes them much sweeter. So these look just about right. We're gonna get them out and put them in a bowl and go to the next step in our process. Now these are crispy and brown and just the way we like them, and some of these little pieces that are in there, they're just fine. They just add a little bit of crispness to it. So what we want to do next is we're going to make a drizzle to go on them. And we're going to start with 2 tablespoons, actually this is a little bit more than 2 tablespoons, of honey. And we're going to pour that in. I'm using a ramekin. You can use whatever you want to mix them up. Let me get a spoon so I can get all that out of there. There's our 2+ tablespoons of honey. And we're going to use the juice of 1 lime. Squeeze that in there. Okay. And squeeze it in there by hand. There's our lime. We've got the 2 tablespoons of honey and the lime mixed in. And the last thing we want to add to it is some salt. I'm going to use some sea salt, and we'll mix that in there. And I don't have an exact amount for the salt because everybody's salt taste is different, and you may like more than I do. There's a seed from the lime. And that's mixed up, so now we're going to do the last thing in the recipe, and we're going to drizzle that over the baked Brussels sprouts, or the air-fried Brussels sprouts. And then kind of mix that around a little bit. They look and smell delicious. We'll be right back and we'll taste them and wrap up this video. There they are, all finished and cooked, and the drizzle has been put on them as you watched me do. Let's give it a taste. Those are really good. The lime and the honey is a great contrast to the flavor of the Brussels sprouts. The timing on this recipe was really just right. They're done perfectly. They're not crispy and they're not soft and mushy. They're just right. So the 20 minutes was a perfect time at 350. So if you've enjoyed this, I'd invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and to this video. It helps a lot and helps us get our message out to more people and helps our videos. I fixed this tonight. I'm going to have it with some baked scallops and some white rice, and I'm really looking forward to my dinner. You can fix it your way, or you can fix it just the way I did. However you do it, these are a winner, and once you try them, you'll make them over and over. Thanks for visiting, and we'll see you on the next video.
Andrew here again, thanking you for joining our presentation. We do it all for you all. Below, you will find a printable recipe and an Amazon purchase link for an air fryer like the one Larry uses on the channel. We wish you happy cooking. Take care.